My wife brought her lover to family dinner. What I did next traumatized everyone forever. Hello, everyone. Dear listeners, please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, let's begin the video. Using a throwaway for obvious reasons, with certain specifics modified to preserve anonymity. My wife brought her lover to our family dinner, and what I did afterward left everyone permanently traumatized. I'm sitting in my home office, whiskey glass in hand, finally ready to tell this story. It's been 3 months since I completely destroyed my life and then rebuilt it from the ashes. Some people might judge me for what I did, but honestly, I couldn't care less. My name's Jake. I'm 34 years old, working as a senior cybersecurity analyst for one of the biggest banks in Texas. I make around $250, $0 a month, not bragging, just giving some background for what's coming next. I was married to Lisa Parker for 7 years. She's 32 and used to be an HR director at a manufacturing company, earning about $180, $0. Notice I said used to be. We met during our university days. I was wrapping up my master in computer science while she was finishing her final year in business administration. She was gorgeous, ambitious, and driven. I was drawn to her sharp mind as much as her looks. We dated for 3 years, got married, and bought a house in Fort Worth. I thought we'd built something rock solid. The first red flag appeared in March. Lisa suddenly started getting into Pilates. Now her staying in shape wasn't unusual. She always took care of herself. But this was different. She went from going 3 times a week to 5, bought all new workout gear from those pricey shops at mall, and kept telling me about her core strength and flexibility improving. Then I noticed her changing phone habits. We'd always been open, know each other's passcodes, leave our phones around. But suddenly her iPhone started locking with a fingerprint, and she'd turn her screen away when texting, making calls in the bathroom. When I asked about it, she just laughed it off, just work stuff, she'd say. You know how HR stuff can be confidential, right? The lingerie was my first real wake-up call. I found a set of silk lace lingerie hidden in her drawer worth about 15 baht. When the hell had she bought that, and why hadn't I seen her wear it? But the real alarm bells went off with her trip to Phuket for a conference. She never traveled for work before. HR managers don't usually need to, but suddenly she was rushing to attend some urgent leadership summit. She packed enough clothes for a catwalk, including that lingerie. I'm not an idiot. I'm not the type to go through her phone or follow her like some stalker, but as a cybersecurity guy, I knew how to find what I needed, so I did. The receipt was crumpled and left behind in her car, tucked in the door pocket, an entry for a rooftop bar at the MC. 2 cocktails, 2 dinners, cost about 800 baht. The date: the same night she claimed she was at a department birthday party in Lot. That's when I hired a former detective from the Royal Thai Police who now ran his own private investigation firm. I'd gotten his number through a colleague who'd used him for a corporate espionage case. We met at a near Victory Monument. I handed him a photo of Lisa and asked, "How far do you want me to go?" He looked me straight in the eye and said, "I want everything, photos, videos, audio if you can get it. I want to know who, where, when, and how many times." I paid him 100 baht for his best work. 2 weeks later, everything in my world shattered. Called me on a Tuesday afternoon while I was deep into a security audit. His tone was professional, almost clinical. "Mr. Johnson, I have what you asked for. We should meet in person." I cut out early, told my team I had a doctor's appointment, and met him at the same. He handed me a tablet. The first photo hit me like a punch to the stomach: Lisa and some guy holding hands across a table at a rooftop restaurant inn. The second photo was them kissing in an elevator. The third was them entering a hotel room at the. His name was David. He was CFO at her company, married, with 2 kids, expecting a third. The photos kept coming from different days, taken at various hotels, in his BMW, in private karaoke rooms in. The metadata showed this had been going on for at least 4 months. There was video too, told me carefully. From the night before, they'd been at a short-time hotel near. I saw it all. I watched my wife of 7 years with another man. Her passion, the way she called him daddy, begged for more. I saw her do things she told me she never liked. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I just sat there. You know how you just memorize every detail, letting it all sink in while the pain and betrayal washed over me. When it was over, I transferred another 50 baht into his account. Keep watching, I told him. I need more footage, more text, every hotel receipt, everything. He hesitated, but I insisted, yes, I want it all. I'm not divorcing her yet. I need full picture, every meeting, every message. He nodded slowly. How long until I stop? I asked. That night I went home, looked Lisa straight in the eye while watching the videos I'd just seen and thought, she had no idea what I knew. She kissed me good night and said she loved me. I almost laughed. The following 2 weeks were a test of my self-control. I still went to work, ate dinner with her, watched TV, slept like normal, all while kept feeding me evidence. I learned her routine. Pilates on Tuesdays and Thursdays, first a workout at the gym, then meeting David afterward, probably thinking the gym check-ins on social media were her alibi. Saturdays were for shopping with her sister, Molly, who hadn't come to Bangkok in 6 months. Using my hacking skills, I dug into her Line account, simple when you understand someone's habits. I read their messages from months back. The pet names made me sick. The photos they shared, the promises about their future. I saw enough to break my heart all over again. That's when I found out about the Phuket trip. The conference was a 3-day affair at a resort in Kamala. They even took couples photos on the beach, her sending him a bikini shot with the caption, "Can't wait until we can do this without hiding like I was just in her way." 2 weeks into the spying, Lisa made her biggest mistake. She suggested we host an anniversary celebration. 7 years, she said with a fake smile at breakfast. We should celebrate properly, she said. Invite our families, show them how happy we are. I almost choked on my coffee, the nerve of her. Great idea, I said, leaning in and kissing her cheek. Let's make it memorable. She looked pleased, maybe thinking she was so clever, pretending to be the devoted wife while carrying on with her boss. The dinner would be her perfect cover, making her look like the ideal partner to everyone. I had 3 weeks to get ready. 2 weeks later, some friends asked if I was doing okay, and the truth was, I'd never been more focused. Every day I went to work, handled complex security issues, protected millions in assets. Then I'd come back, plan my takedown, upgrade home security, installed cameras in every room, high-def, motion-activated, night vision, all feeding to a server only I could access. It took exactly a week for Lisa to bring David into our house. I was at a conference when I got a motion alert, pulled up the feed on my phone, their faces in my bed in my house. Pure rage ripped through me, but I didn't blow. I went straight to the gym and beat a punching bag for an hour instead. I didn't confront them, I just saved that video. Meanwhile, found more. Turns out David was cheating with at least 2 other women from his company. His personal life was a mess, with a wife named Rachel, 6 months pregnant with their 3rd child. She had no clue about his affairs. Her name's Sarah, she was a housewife living in. I decided she deserved to know, but not yet. Not until I was ready. Lisa kept pushing for the anniversary dinner, full of plans, catering from a fancy place, flowers, a photographer, a new dress from Central Embassy. I helped her with the guest list, invited some of her work colleagues, and even hinted I wanted to meet David's wife. She looked nervous but said yes. She thought I was clueless. I called my lawyer, Hill, the best divorce attorney in Houston, and laid out everything, the evidence, the photos, the videos. His reaction was, "This is comprehensive. You'll keep the house, the cars, most of the assets." I told him I wanted more, that I wanted everything to burn to the ground. We strategized for hours, covering divorce laws, asset protection, reputation management. By the time I left his office, I had a plan. I created a highlight video, 20 minutes of footage with screenshots, hotel receipts, and chat logs, arranged chronologically, telling the story of her betrayal. I everything onto USB drives for her family, watermarked with dates and times, so nothing could be disputed. My little brother, Jason, is sharp. During our weekly football match, he pulled me aside. "Jake, what's wrong? You're not yourself lately." I just said I was stressed, but he knew better. "You're fighting with someone, huh?" he guessed. I nodded. Eventually, I'd tell him everything. 3 days before the dinner, David confirmed he'd come. Lisa was nervous about her family dinner, but she kept it together. She told me David and his wife, Rachel, would be there. She wanted everyone to see they were happy. I played my part, helped with the cooking, making her feel like a great wife. The night before, I couldn't sleep, not from nerves, just excitement. I knew everything was ready, evidence queued up. I sat watching her sleep, dark thoughts swirling, feeling nothing. Tomorrow her world would crash and I'd be the one to do it. When Saturday arrived, the weather was perfect. Lisa woke up full of energy, obsessively directing the caterers, fussing over the decorations. I helped set up tables, hung lights. I was the supportive husband, but honestly I was just planning how to destroy her. "You're amazing," she said, kissing me quickly. "Thanks for supporting me." Support? Yeah, right. As the guests arrived, family from out of town, friends, colleagues, I watched from the window as Fraser and his wife arrived. Fraser looked nervous, adjusting his tie, his wife stunning with her pregnancy, trying to hide her bump under a flowy dress. Lisa greeted them with a forced smile. "Fraser from work and his wife," she introduced. I shook David's hand, looking him straight in the eyes. His palms were sweaty. "Nice to finally meet you," I said. Lisa told her family about his mentorship, an obvious lie, smiled warmly and looked around, clueless she was stepping into a trap. Dinner was served at sunset, a big traditional Thai spread, her favorite dishes. I sat at the head of the table, Lisa on my right. Fraser and sat with a clear view of the TV. My parents sat to my left, her family across. Everyone talking and laughing, celebrating 7 years. I raised my glass of whiskey. "Everyone, I want to say a few words," I announced. 7 years ago, I married the woman I thought I'd spend my life with. Lisa Parker was everything I wanted in a partner: smart, beautiful, ambitious. I believed we were building something special. Lisa looked at me, tears forming. If only she knew. Marriage promises so much: love, loyalty, honesty. But once that trust is broken, it can never fully heal. I saw her falter slightly as I spoke. The room grew tense. I pulled out my phone. The screen flickered on the big TV behind me. "What are you doing?" Lisa whispered, panic in her voice. I didn't answer, just pressed play. The first clip was a chat she'd had with David, saying what he wanted to do to her, her responding eagerly. Gasps filled the room. Then the photos. Holding hands at a restaurant, kissing in an elevator, sneaking into a hotel. "Stop it!" Lisa yelled, grabbing for my phone. I stepped back. The video played, hotel footage, showing them entering a room, time-stamped on. A Tuesday afternoon, crucial because she claimed she was at Pilates. "Turn it off," she shrieked. But then came the audio, her voice unmistakable, moaning someone's name. The bedroom footage from my house, her in our bed, writing to him, her wedding photo on the nightstand. The evidence was impossible to deny. Screams erupted, her mother shrieked, her father, pale with rage, sounded like an injured animal, covering her mouth. "You filmed us," Fraser shouted, furious. I just laughed, cold and empty inside. "Yes," I said softly, "this is your life now." The video kept rolling, her begging him, calling him daddy, the sounds of skin on skin echoing through my garden. I told her to turn it off. I pulled out sealed envelopes, stacked with photos, chat transcripts, hotel bills, and handed one to her father, then to her mother and two. "This is for you," I told her gently. Her envelope wasn't just about Lisa. There were pictures and receipts of David with other women, records dating back over 2 years. She was cheating on his wife too. David lunged at me, but my brother Noah stepped in, shoving him off. "Touch my brother and I'll end you," he growled. Lisa was now on her knees, grabbing at my pants, begging, "Please, let's talk. This isn't what it looks like." I pulled out my phone again. "You want me to show your private chats about planning to divorce me after your promotion, or how you tried to hide your assets?" Her face drained of color. Her dad finally stepped forward, looked at David and spat. "How dare you come into my daughter's house?" Fraser was backing toward the door, pulling him away. She slapped him hard, a loud crack echoing across the garden. My mom didn't say a word. She just walked over, looked down at Lisa, now on her knees, and shook her head in disgust. "I treated you like my own daughter," she said quietly. "Get out of my son's house." One by one, the family left, rushing to his car, flat on her feet, tears streaming. She kept looking back at me, mascara running, mouth moving silently. Within 20 minutes, only my parents and I remained. The staff must have left during the chaos. I poured another shot of whiskey, sat alone in the quiet garden. My father looked at me intensely and asked, "How long have you known?" I told him 6 weeks. He shook his head. "And you didn't say anything?" I told him I had to let her fall, let her lose everything she planned for me, just like I was about to lose everything. He nodded slowly. "What now?" I told him now I take everything else. A week later, the fallout was swift and brutal. Lisa tried to come back that night, but her keys no longer worked. I'd changed the locks. She called me 47 times, leaving voicemails ranging from "please, I'm sorry" to "I never meant to hurt you," but I didn't answer. Monday morning, my lawyer filed for divorce. The evidence was devastating. In Thailand, adultery's grounds for fault-based divorce. With what I had, Lisa would walk away with nothing. But I wanted more. I wanted to burn it all down. That Tuesday, I sent the dossier to her company's board of directors, including the CEO, HR chief, attaching a letter about their CFO and HR director engaging in an inappropriate affair on company time. By Wednesday, both were suspended pending investigation. David tried to fix things, showing up at my office, but security escorted him out. Meanwhile, kicked David out, filed for divorce, moved back with her parents and Noah, taking him for everything: house, cars, custody, everything. The courts don't look kindly on cheating pregnant wives, and within days was out of the house. Her family was furious. She was kicked out of her own home, and she ended up living in a cheap apartment inn. Their company's investigation revealed even more. David had been cooking the books, leveraging his affairs to threaten female employees, and Lisa had been covering for him, threatening. Criminal charges followed. They lost their jobs, no severance, no references, nothing. I watched all of it, comforted by my new life. I went to work, came home to an empty house, slept soundly. The divorce finalized in 2 months. I kept everything, and honestly, I felt like I'd won. Now, 3 months later, I'm sitting in my office, same bourbon, same chair, but everything else has changed. The divorce is final. I got everything: house, cars, investments. Lisa, she's got nothing. She tried to fight it, claimed I violated her privacy with the recordings. The judge laughed, saying all recordings in her own home are legal. Now she's working at some tiny recruitment agency, earning about 40 baht a month, living in a studio above a 7-Eleven. Her family still won't speak to her. The shame of that night hangs over her social circles. David is ruined, lost his job, reputation, and is facing jail for embezzlement. Had their baby, a girl, and Fraser, who's paid child support for 4, is on a criminal record. But here's what I've learned about revenge: it's empty. I thought destroying them would make me feel whole, but it left me hollow. I'm in therapy now, talking with doctor thanks to my brother. We discuss trust, rebuilding, moving forward. It's slow, but it helps. I've started dating again, nothing serious for now. It's hard to trust after seeing how easily someone can betray you. Maybe I went too far, maybe I should just divorced quietly and moved on. Maybe you're right. But honestly, dignity doesn't pay the bills when your cheating ex takes half your assets. Dignity doesn't stop them from mocking you while they have sex in your bed. I'm not proud of everything I did, but I'm not ashamed either. They made their choices, I made mine. Now they live with theirs and I'm living with mine. The house is quiet now. Sometimes I think about selling it, too many memories, but then I remember I won. This is my home, my life, my future. She took 7 years from me. I took everything from her, fair trade. And for those who asked, yes, I still keep in touch with, not friends exactly, just check-ins. She's doing okay, strong woman. Her family supported her. The baby's healthy and beautiful. Fraser saw her only once during supervised visits in court. And no, nothing happened between us. She's been through enough without me adding more. Finally, to anyone reading this who thinks I'm a pathetic beta pretending to be an alpha, my bank account, house, title, and empty ring finger say otherwise. But thanks for the laugh. This is the last update. I've told my story, received my court's judgment from, and now I'm moving forward. To those who shared their stories of betrayal and survival, stay strong. To those who think I'm a monster, I sleep just fine. Thanks for listening. And to any cheating partners out there, your partner isn't as stupid as you think. The truth always comes out, and when it does, sometimes you lose everything. Be careful. Thanks for watching till the end.